What's up, campus? My name is Brian Campbell, and I want to share some good news from the Rocky Mountain region about how God's been working since the last ICMC. We had this epic fall retreat where God brought out 242 students, and 90 of them were people studying the Bible and friends of disciples. They shared like crazy. God packed the house. And God just worked through some incredible ways through the worship, the lessons, the time together. And by the end of the retreat, God capped it off with 6 people making Jesus Lord of their lives and getting baptized. Hey, I want to tell you guys about Grand Junction next. Since the last ICMC, God has moved powerfully through the disciples sharing their faith and connecting on campus to see 10 people get baptized. It's literally doubled their campus ministry. The disciples were inspired and infused with the Spirit. They're out sharing their faith, meeting new people. But what's also inspiring about 2 of the 10 that were baptized was there were people who were met their freshman year of college, had studied the Bible, and weren't ready to make Jesus Lord yet. But the disciples had kept in there relationally. And here they are, their junior year of college. They knew where to go to find the truth, studied the Bible, and got baptized. God's doing some special things in Grand Junction. Let me tell you next what God is doing in Colorado Springs at the United States Air Force Academy. It's one of our top institutions in our entire nation. And God's been doing some miracles there over the last 2.5 years. So 2.5 years ago, Chester Lisa Church, JJ, who's leading the campus, prayed to God, God, please help open up a door. Ironically, over the next couple months, God moved a disciple who is a professor to be a professor at the Air Force Academy. With that end, they were able to start a Bible talk. 2 years ago, 2 people were baptized. One of them was Ross. Ross was on the football team and rose up to lead the Bible talk there. And it's crazy what's happened over the last 2 years since Ross has become a Christian. There's now 7 cadets at that Bible talk that are disciples at the Air Force Academy. And then on a weekly basis, they're seeing 20 to 30 friends come out. And it's amazing what God's doing. Next, I'd like to tell you about Colorado School of Mines. So as a Denver campus ministry, we've been praying to start a Bible talk there and to make disciples there, but we haven't had an end. And so we've been praying about this, but wasn't quite sure when God was going to move or what he was going to do. So ironically, 2 years ago in Columbia, South Carolina, there's a guy named Carlos who studied the Bible, got baptized right before Christmas break, and was transferring schools to Colorado School of Mines. So he transfers out to Colorado, starts attending school there on a petroleum engineering scholarship from Angola. So he's reaching out to friends, and of course he finds another buddy from Angola on a similar scholarship. He starts bringing Lyd out. Lyd starts studying the Bible, and over the next few months falls in love with God, and that coming fall, he gets baptized. Together, they start reaching out, and they run into Brandon. The ironic thing about Brandon was he was met the first day of school of his freshman year of college, and Brandon had grown up in our fellowship, but was never really interested in studying the Bible or becoming a disciple. He meets someone he doesn't know that tells him about a Christian group, and his mom told him, hey, you need to look out for a Christian group when you go off to school. He had no idea when he came to church on Sunday that it was the exact same group in church that he had grown up going to. So Brandon studies the Bible, falls in love with God, and gets baptized. Over that next period of time, there's some girls that live in Denver about 45 minutes to an hour away from the Colorado School of Mines. And that night, they reach out to Kat. Kat studies the Bible over the next about 8 months. And through many different challenges and heart searching, she falls in love with God and gets baptized to start off the fall semester here in 2018. And during that time, Carlos and Lyd, they reach out and meet a guy named Ryan. Ryan's a freshman at Colorado School of Mines. They start studying the Bible. Ryan falls in love with Jesus, gets baptized, and now there's 5 disciples at this school, which just 2 years ago, there was no disciples there. It's amazing how God answers prayers, even if they seem a little far-fetched or you can't possibly see how they're going to move. God's always moving in the background. I hope these good news stories have inspired and increased your faith. Pray for us here in the Rocky Mountains as we want to continue reaching out and making many more disciples and see many more people get baptized. So far, since the ICMC, we've seen 44, and we're praying for God to do incredibly more than we could ask for or imagine. We're praying for all our campus ministries across the U.S. and abroad and our fellowship of churches for God to do immeasurably more than we could ask for or imagine.
Welcome to